Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is the Cedar Ridge Chronicles. If you've never been here before, I want to welcome you. My name is Daniel Williams, and I would like to invite you to hit that subscribe button so that y'all can check out some other videos as they come out. Now, today, I've had a few people that have been asking me about how long it takes me to mount a deer head. I've put a lot of time-lapse videos on recently, just so, some of my clients like to watch their deer get mounted, and it just gives me a little bit of content I can put on there to keep some folks entertained. A lot of people like that kind of stuff. But everybody's wondering, how long does it really take you to mount a deer? I've never really timed myself. I've had it done anywhere between, 2.5 hours, something like that. And I just thought that today I'd make a video and just see just how fast I could do it. So we're going to try to put this deer together. I've already got his cape ready. He's tanned, ready to go. I've got the ear liners in. I have got the antlers already drilled for the screws. And I have got the form prepped, ready to go. So all that is already taken care of. The only thing that we're going to run into on this guy is he has got a super long stitch that's going to have to go up the back. So that's going to take me probably twice as long at least to stitch that deer up as it normally would. And I don't like to put the stitches in it beforehand, or I would have already done it, because while I'm stretching and pulling, trying to get this thing on here, I don't want those stitches to try to open up as I'm messing with it. So I'm just going to stitch it after I put it on the animal. So like I said, that's going to take a little bit longer than it normally would, but everything else should go pretty smooth. So what I'm going to try to do is not edit any of this at all as I'm mounting this deer, so y'all can see exactly how it works out. Now, if I get a phone call or customer shows up, whatever, I may have to cut a little bit of that out, but everything else is going to be in real time. So we're going to see just how long this thing takes to get done. All right, it is 1:09 right now. I would rather do this wearing my chesty with that camera mounted to me. I think it would be a really cool view while I'm doing this, but it's just going to mess me up as far as me trying to get done. Half of it won't even be on camera by the time I get finished if I try to do that. So we're just going to do it like this. That way I can do what I need to do. It'll be out of my way. Y'all hear something in the background? My neighbor is mowing grass. And they're over there moving some hay bales, so there may be just a little bit of racket in the background, but that's okay, because this is maybe a little bit boring anyway. Y'all just watching me do this in silence. I will say this, while we're sitting here not talking about anything. If y'all have not seen any of my more recent videos, I have started an Amazon influencer page. Amazon came out with a new page where I can put all of my items that I use, that I buy off of Amazon, I can put all of those in one place onto a storefront. So now, if y'all need anything from Amazon off of any of my links, rather than having to go to each one of those little individual links, y'all can go to my store, and you can go on there and you can buy things out of my store and find everything in one place. So that should be a little bit more convenient. Definitely more convenient for me having to post all the links, because now I can just post one store link, which will be in the description of this video. Y'all can check that out. Something else that I have done is partnered up with JX3 Saddle Company, and I'm going to be doing some hunting out of JX3 this year. I really like the stand and like the idea of it. It's getting me in some trees and in some places that I've never been able to hunt in a climber. In some areas where I've got some big deer. And I like to sit daylight to dark. I've got a regular saddle, but it's just not that comfortable trying to sit that long. So I'm hoping that this JX3 is kind of going to be the answer to a few of those problems I've been having, as far as a combination of infinite trees to get in and, you know, a 10 to 12 hour set sometimes, depending on what time of the year it is. Right now, I mean, you've got over 12 hours of daylight, so season opens here next week. That's a long time to sit in a tree. But anyway, with my JX3 link, I've got a code. It's CRC5. So if y'all want anything from JX3's website, y'all head over there and use CRC5 when you check out as a promo code, and it will get you 5% off anything that you order. Just got in their Versa pack, and haven't made a video on it as of right now. That video may be up before this video even is, I'm not sure, but I'm going to do a review on it, kind of show y'all what it is about. I really like the idea of that thing too. But y'all will see more of that. You go on their website and check that out. Everything on that site though, like I said, with that promo code, you can get 5% off anything on the entire website. All right, eyes and glue are done. Time for cake. Something that y'all usually don't see on my fast motion videos probably is me changing out the bit on my impact because I'm using Phillips head and square head screws. But I mean, a screw's a screw. If things on sale, I buy it. So sometimes I end up with some mix match stuff, but that is how you make money. Something else that I need to tell y'all about. Anybody that uses any kind of deer scents. We've got a company in South Alabama here where I live. It's called Native Scents. And Zachary New, the man that owns it, super nice guy, man, really great guy, honest, dependable, really like him a lot. He collects deer urine basically to order. It's a yearly thing. Everything is fresh. He collects the estrus when the does come in. Usually doesn't start getting that out until somewhere around mid-November off of the farm he uses. And he does buck urine. He does a mixture of buck and doe, which is called hostage. He's got seduction, which is doe estrus, deception, which is doe urine, and then the war party, which is buck urine. And that war party, if y'all ever see any of my shorts videos or any of my videos that's got game cameras of the big bucks, that's all on mock scrapes using Native Scents War Party. It is a killer scent. I've had really good luck off of it over the last couple of years. And Zachary has built me a promo code where now you can go on the Native Scents website. It'll be called Native Scents LLC if you Google it. And I have a promo code called CRC10. And if you need to go on there and order anything off of that website, scents only, it's not merchandise included, it's only the scents. It will work on the scent packages too. He's got some on there it'll have different bottles of each, where you can buy several bottles of different things all at one time in one package and get a little bit of money off that way. And you will get 10% off of those as well, or if you want to order single bottles or the little gel canisters of any kind of scent, you get 10% off. But when y'all go to check out on his site, use CRC10 and that will get y'all a discount. He's just come out with some grunts this year called Blackfoot grunts. It's one of the best sounding grunt calls I think I've ever heard. I really can't wait to try that out come deer season. So I'm a big calls guy. I really like grunt calls and estrus bleeds. They work well here in our area. What I'll normally do, just because this buck is split so far down the back, when they're done this way, I'll take me a couple of T-pins, pull this cape up, and pin it in place. That way, while you're trying to stitch, this thing ain't flopping all over the place and getting all in your way. Y'all may or may not have seen me wrap my finger in this tape. I use an L-shaped needle. This tape right here I put around that middle finger. And while I'm pushing on that needle, it helps keep it from going into my skin. Going to be leaving here in about 5 days, heading to Venice, Louisiana. If any of y'all are from down around that way, we are taking a tuna fishing trip out of Venice. We're going to try to catch some yellowfin with my brother. And I'll have that video on here. Hopefully, if everything goes good, we get a video. I'll have that video on here sometime next couple of weeks. I know some of y'all really don't come here for the fishing videos, but that is 100% one of my favorite things to do if it's not hunting season. And I really enjoy putting videos on there. Not anything else is fun for me to go back and watch them. I wish I was still there. It's going to be a whole lot of stitching here, so y'all going to have to bear with me. If you want to skip this, that's just fine. But I would like to say, if y'all have got any questions about any of this process, I've got a newer video on YouTube about how I mount a deer head. It's updated big time from the one that I made a couple of years ago. It's got the way that I'm doing it now, which I think would be way more beneficial than the old way of doing it. And that explains a lot of stuff, but if y'all have got any more specific questions, y'all comment down below in the comments, and I try to answer every single comment. I don't know that I'll be able to do that forever, depending on how many subscribers and comments I start getting, but as for right now, I try to answer everybody's question on there that they have. So if y'all have got any questions about any of this, please ask me, reach out. And if I don't know, we'll try to find somebody on there that does. Something else too is my spread shop page, my store page. If y'all want any kind of merchandise, I do have shirts on there, several different kinds of t-shirts and stuff on there for sale. I've got some hoodies and coffee mugs and stickers, stuff like that. So if y'all want anything on there, jump on there and buy you something. Any of that is greatly appreciated, because that just helps to support me. You know, as part of my salary. I don't charge a whole lot for deer heads. I'm not near as high as a lot of people, and I make that up in my affiliate sales and my YouTube channel and my t-shirts and stickers, stuff like that. So really appreciate y'all that have bought some of that stuff in the past, and it just helps support me, you know, even if it's not something that you really want. Just that few dollars here or there makes a big difference. So thank y'all to anybody that has done that. It allows me to stay in here, not have to go and work for the man. Whoever the man is. One side. Hey, something else too I need y'all's opinion about. What do y'all think about the music that I'm putting on the time-lapse videos? Now, I don't have much of an option, so you know, it's not like I listen to that stuff while I'm driving down the road in my truck. I can't just, you know, throw some Randy Travis on there. I wish I could, you know, listen to some Clint Black while we're in here mounting deer head. Now, that's what I listen to on the radio, but I have to silence all that and put some YouTube approved music on there. Otherwise, I get copyright infringement and they take my video off of YouTube. But I would like just a little bit of feedback. I try to mix them up. I know not everybody likes, you know, country music. Not everybody likes rock or rap or whatever. So I just, on each video, I try to stick with one genre for that video. so that maybe if somebody thinks it's extremely annoying, they can just not watch that one, and maybe there'll be another one later that they enjoy. But if y'all have got preferences, let me know, and I'll try to look up stuff that goes with that. I wish I could find some blues music. There's not much blues stuff on there to choose from. A lot of I like blues, I like jazz and country and rock. I listen to everything. I mean, seriously, I listen to every kind of music there is. And on some of those, like blues and stuff like that, there just isn't anything to choose from, so I'm really kind of limited. YouTube is adding a lot of stuff all the time, so fortunately, maybe we'll get on there every once in a while and find some new stuff. But I'm hoping that eventually they will have some of the copyright stuff worked out to where you can use just about any kind of music. I think that's what TikTok is doing. You can go on TikTok, you can use just about any song you want. And they basically go ahead and pay the music licenses in advance. So if you're monetized on TikTok, then they're going to automatically deduct the money for those songs out of what they're going to pay you. You just can basically use anything, I guess, on there. Oh, and something else. I guess I can go ahead and start talking about a little bit. Hopefully, he'll get me a buck this year out of there, but I hunt some public land here close to the house. Last year was the first year that I ever went in there seriously trying to kill me a buck. And I managed to shoot. I did shoot a really good buck. We ended up losing. I just made a bad shot on it, and we never did find it. But what I have done, I started writing a book about nearly 2 years ago when I started scouting over there. And this whole book basically is a journal going through my journey of trying to kill a good buck on public land. I've seen a bunch of small deer, and I ain't promising that when I end up killing one, he's going to be a 160. I mean, maybe a 115. But the plan is to not end the book until I kill a buck. That's my goal. That's how I want the book to end. Is once I'm successful, that's pretty much going to be the end of the book. And the book is already just about 100% written. Up until right now, it's relative all the way to this point. And I've never written a book before, but in all honesty, I have almost surprised myself at, I'm not going to say how well it's done because that's just my opinion, and I mean it may not be as good as I think it is, but it's good enough to me that I've enjoyed going back and reading it myself. Just because some of it is in such detail daily, based on what I was saying or seeing or doing or whatever, and it kind of dates all the way back to right after I had my heart surgery. So there's a lot of an emotional attachment to all of that for me, and it's just really cool. I think it's something everybody's going to enjoy. So this season, I'm going to be making hunting videos just like I have in the past. And I am no, great hunting photographer. I don't do a real good job with my camera, because for me, it's about the hunt. Like I love to hunt so much that I'm just not the guy that's going to do away with the shot in order to get the footage. So sometimes my footage is lacking, but to me, that's not the important part of deer hunting. Like I love deer hunting too much to focus on my camera. But it is really nice to have those memories. So I'll at least be running a GoPro just to kind of record my own emotions, if not anything else, and just what's going on. But y'all keep that in mind this season about that book. Y'all be rooting for me, because if I can get that done, then I can finish my book. I really would like to do that so that y'all can read that thing. I'm going to try to get it published and get it put on Amazon. We'll see about all that later. I gotta kill something first. But like I said, I'll be putting a lot of hunting videos on there this year, probably a lot more than I did last year. And most of it is not going to be success. It's just going to basically be a video journal. That really helps me out the following seasons, because you forget so much of what you did and what you saw. That the great thing about YouTube is everything is dated whenever I upload it and all of that stuff. So I can go back and watch my videos from the previous season, and I know what I saw and where I saw it and what the date and time was, the weather and everything. And sometimes I've forgotten completely about some of those places. It's really cool to be able to go back and look and be like, oh man, I forgot about that. We need to go back in there. So I kind of highly recommend doing that. If y'all have got a camera, even if you don't want a channel, or don't want anybody to know what you're doing or put anything public, just go in there and video it and drop it onto your computer. And it's great to have a journal of what's going on, keep up with from year to year, but it is way easier to do it on video and just keep a video journal. Y'all bear with me. Here comes the long seam. I'm going to have to use 2 different pieces of thread on this one. Moving bales of hay. Must be about to be getting some calves in or something. We've got no cows right now. May have before too long. Christy's uncle's out there working next door. They live next door to us. Back when we first got married, I was not worried, kind of hesitant to, wondered what it would be like living next door to your family. I didn't really know what to expect. I've heard some horror stories about some of that, but in all honesty, she's got one of the best families I've ever met. It has really been nice on a lot of different occasions, with your family being your neighbors. Especially out here, we live out in the middle of nowhere. If we need a vehicle one day, if we need a lawnmower, you don't know how many times my lawnmower has messed up. The last thing you want to do is have to go and try to get that thing fixed when you need to be mowing grass. And they have just let me just have the lawnmower I can go ahead and get that done. And then I got an entire, about a week before I got to mow again, where I can get the parts I need, get the mower fixed, little stuff like that. But it has really been a blessing to have them next door, just to help out. You never know when you might need some. Pull my pins. A lot of people will do the face before they stitch up the back of the neck. I think that's probably most taxidermists. I think most people are pretty much taught that way, but I've tried it both ways, and I'm so aggressive when I'm out of deer, I guess for lack of better terms. I'm not real delicate with them. I throw them together, and then I do all my detail work later. And when I'm sitting here messing with all this stuff, trying to get it put together, I will mess that face up so bad if it's already done. And I have to go back and just redo it anyway, so I just start doing it last. I don't even put any glue on it. I just put glue on it after I'm done with all this, finish it on up. A lot of y'all are probably thinking too, this would be way easier if I'd done a bird cut on the back of this neck. I know that's kind of the new popular thing now. But you have to always remember that you're not mounting deer for taxidermists. You're mounting them for deer hunters. So most of the deer that I get in, well, not most of the deer I get in, a lot of the deer that I get in are already caped off the head, especially with the CWD thing going now. You can't bring them across state lines in Alabama, so I do so much out of state work that these folks, they have to cape them before they bring them into the state. A lot of folks do it themselves. So you end up with some deer that are cut all kind of different ways. If y'all follow me on YouTube, you have seen, if you follow me on YouTube too, but on Facebook, you've seen a lot of pictures of some capes that I don't know what happened. But, not everybody knows what they're doing. Can't blame somebody for trying. Got these big gaps like this. If you ever need to stretch it, take your fingers and put it down in that cape, put your knuckles up against the form, and just turn your fingers out. Push against that form with your fists. You'll stretch that cape right out. Looks really good. Try to keep my stitches about 1/4 inch apart, no further than that. Your hide's thin enough. That'll give you a nice flat seam. The more you do it, the faster you get at it. Quickly run out of thread here. See if we won't have enough or not. Go ahead and tie this off. Give me another piece. Well, I've still got room to tie. And it's a long stitch. Almost done though. Getting real close, couple more inches. Alrighty. This out of the way here. Now, stood up, get this cape running. This is why I never work on the face first, because I do a whole lot of pulling and yanking and everything else. Now, we're going to put some glue on the face, around the snout and the mouth, and the cheeks, and the nostrils. Ready? Rid of my finger protector here. Camera's still focused, right? Make sure I got some battery. All right, I think we're good enough. I don't like to tuck these lips all the way at first. I just get them straight, get the ends of that skin started, and go ahead and do the other lip. Trim that just a little bit. That way they'll sit flat up against one another. And when you tuck them on in, it'll fit just way smoother. Everything will go right together. Makes it a lot easier on you. All right, let's get that tucked. Go over here to my super professional carburetor screwdriver lip tucker. Greatest tool ever invented for tucking lips. Just put it in there, make a twist, and it just sits right in there. It's one of those things I started doing 10 years ago when I first started figuring this out. And as I tried to do it the right way, I quickly found out that this was just better. At least for me. Alrighty. As y'all can see, I'm kind of getting glue just everywhere. And that's just the way I do. I just go. I keep me a rag in here, and I'll just spray it with a little bit of water. And as you're mounting, just take that damp rag and just wash that glue off. While it's still wet, it just comes right off of there. Whatever doesn't, you can brush out very easily with a wire brush. I use Pro 1 adhesive, and it does as good a job as any I've ever used. And it also brushes out of the hair really well, so you don't really have to worry about getting dirty, which is good because I'm not a perfectionist. If I can't get something done quick, I won't even fool with it. I like results. I guess the best way to put it. I like to go from A to Z in one step. Okay. Get his eyes lined up where they need to be here. Bit of adhesive here. And we're going to tuck them. One. Two. Shape in here. Some tear ducts. Right, now what I'll do is take a paintbrush, just sitting in some water, wash the glue off of the eyes real good. Of course, they'll have to be cleaned later, after I'm done airbrushing and all, but this will just keep some of that stuff hardening up on there. Like that. Over. Get it glued up under here. And there again, you know, no gloves. just glue everywhere. All you're doing is gluing skin to a piece of foam. It's that simple. Try to make it any more complicated. All it's going to do is cost you time. And it also isn't near as fun. This can be just as fun as you want to make it. I mean, it's artwork, you know. If you're a deer hunter, you can do your own artwork. Build the table's one thing, but build the wall, now that's something else. Alright, get this lined up right here. Lines are where they need to be. So get all that in line. I'll come down these creases in the muscles, push some of that air out, get it gone before I staple everything up. Just like that. Just a little bit. It's never a bad idea too, when y'all are mounting these things, if you ever have a deer that's got a lot of extra brisket on it, this one doesn't have a ton, but if you ever get one that's got a lot of extra on there, save that thing, throw it in the freezer. Once you got it tanned and all, It'll really come in handy when you get in a deer somebody has caped incorrectly and they've cut a big hole and got the brisket completely cut out of it. You can take that other brisket, stitch it in there, can't ever even tell the thing was messed up. Brush those hairs in the direction that they're supposed to be growing. If you don't, the circle will dry up and them hairs will be going all over the place. Position the ears, get them looking how I want them. I always do the ears either by the way the client wants them done. Sometimes somebody will have a preference, but usually they don't. Usually they just tell me to do whatever I want to do with them. In that case, I usually go by the form itself. Based on how the deer is looking, I'll decide on how I feel like the ears need to be positioned. There, do this back a little bit. He's turned this way, so have that ear kind of rotated back when he's listening. Eyes off a little bit more. Like that. And I'd say that's mount. Okay? See what time it is. 2:11. 2:11. So we got exactly 1 hour we've got in this deer. And I mean, y'all look at this guy. I mean, I'm not mad about that one bit. I mean, you'll be able to do some different stuff. Like as this thing sits, you know, it needs a little bit of detail here or there. You know, some of this, like there will be some air gaps where this muscle will be. You know, you'll be able to put that muscle in. And y'all can see on some of these mounts where I've got the backer rod. See on that mount right there where that backer rod is in there. I'll also put some plastic in the nostrils. Something else that I do, you can see the backs of these deer where I've got them carded and stapled. That will completely get rid of your hair stand up on the back of the neck. It kind of trains the hair basically to lay down, but too, as the skin itself is drying, it'll hold those hairs sideways, and when that skin dries, it'll lock them into place. Keep you able to see that. But y'all, I think that's a good looking mount. I mean, for 1 hour, for a 1 hour job, I'm all about that. But guys, y'all don't forget to subscribe. I'm just about at 10,000 subscribers. And after that, we're just gonna try to get to 50,000, why not? But anyway, y'all give me a thumbs up if y'all like this video. Any comments y'all got, questions, anything, y'all comment below and let me know, and we will try to answer them. And guys, we'll see y'all on the next video.